George, who is our presenter today, is an executive leader, coach, and speaker with about 25 years of experience in the development and transformation of people and organizations. He has led countless organizations through processes around change management, human resources, agility, leadership, strategic communication, culture, training in different countries from Latin America. He holds a master's in human resource development and management skills. He's the founder of a consultancy, Decidays, jury of the international ranking of international happiness, Empresas Heroínas, article writer, etc. He's also volunteer at the Foundation Transgender, where he gives advice on management, communications, and human capital to nonprofit organizations. I welcome you all to this session. So I'm going to actually give the floor to George, and let's begin. George, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy and grateful to be here today. I am from Chile, the end of the world, South America. And the most important, I have two lovely daughters. That is the part more important of my life. And I am very happy to share with you today because I think that we are in a very special moment because of the situation that we are living with Russia and Ukraine. So my best wishes for them, for people who is suffering this conflict. So I think that this kind of events have a special meaning and is more important than ever. So the topic that we will talk today about is agility and psychological safety for organizational happiness. Okay. I think that the importance in this sense is to understand, first of all, what does it mean, each of these concepts, because sometimes we have some misunderstandings about what really means, for example, psychological safety, and we have some confusion, or I don't know, people or leaders doesn't understand really well what it means in terms of leadership, in terms of behaviors, in terms of, I don't know, different things related with people and human resources. My question was if everyone have used before Mural. No? Okay. Please click the link that is sent by the chat, and I will show you quickly how to use it. It's very easy. Okay, if you see my screen, there is in the right side a title which say outline. The outline are all the topics that we will talk about with numbers. Number 1, welcome to Soviet-free proposal, etc. So to guide the conversation, I will open each one in order according the conversation and the topic we are talking. So for example, now we are in welcome. If you click on the word, it will take you to that screen, and you can use the zoom to reduce the size or to make it bigger. Okay? That's the first important part. We will see how can we stick profits when we make some activities. But for now, it's important that you follow the conversation. So let's go please to the number that says subject. There is the subject of the conference today. And in number 3, I have 2 proposals for you. First, that I hope that you all participate in this conversation, because what I want to avoid is to do a monologue, because I think that is very boring and is not very constructive. And I believe deeply in collective intelligence. So I think that if you participate, it will be much more dynamic and fun for all of us. And the second proposal is that we have a good time during these 45 minutes that we are talking about this topic, psychological safety and happiness. So the invitation is that you feel totally comfortable and free to give all your input and feedback during this conversation. Okay. So to start and to know each other, I will ask you go to the number 5 audience. I would like to each one of you introduce yourself, maximum 50 seconds, considering these 3 topics. Name, where are you from, and what is your more important passion? What are you most passionate about? Here's the first part where I hope that all of you participate. So who wants to start? So please tell us which is your name, where are you from, and your most important passion.
Right. My name is Vishwas. I'm from India, and my passion would be about international peace and security.
Great. Thank you. Ibi.
Hi, well, my name is Ibi Serrano. I am from Venezuela, but I live in Panama since, I don't know, like 15 years. My passion is about connection and people, definitely.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Carmen.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Carmen. I'm from Spain. I not speaking English very good. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm from Chile, so I am fluently in Spanish also, not in English. Okay, thank you, Carmen. Arturo.
Hi, Jorge. Nice to see you again.
Me too.
Well, I am Arturo Villegas. I'm from Mexico City, and my passion is to talk in a stage. I am a speaker, and I love it. And of course, I love talk about happiness.
Great, thank you, Arturo. Dania.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dania Cifuentes. I'm from Guatemala, and I am most passionate about psychology. I'm a psychologist, so yes, that involves a lot of stuff.
Thank you, Dania. Jane.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jane Berkeley-Berry. I am coming to you from Bradenton, Florida in the United States, and I am passionate about personal and professional well-being.
Great, thank you, Jane. Celine?
Hi, I'm Celine. I'm French, but I live in Florida. And I'm passionate about discovering new people, definitely.
Great, thank you, Celine. Sally?
For a second, when you said Celine, I actually wasn't sure if it was me or not. Celine and I have been together pretty much the whole day. I'm Sally. I am in New York City, literally in the middle of Manhattan, and I am passionate about resilience and vulnerability and sort of being our true and fullest selves throughout our lives. So like, I believe in oneself that we take to work, that we take to our families, that we take everywhere.
Great, thank you. Angelica.
Hi, I'm Angelica from Vienna, from Austria, and I am passionate about leadership development, management systems, and happiness.
Great, thank you. Laura. Yes, Laura Paonesa is right.
Yes, hi Jorge, I'm Laura, I'm from Argentina, and I'm passionate about meeting new people and having out of the blue ideas.
Good, thank you, Laura. Ali?
My name is Ali. I am from Australia, but I live in Canada. And what am I most passionate about is, that's a very good question. Justice. That's it. Justice.
Okay, thank you. Lorena?
So hello, everyone. My name is Lorena Gomez. I'm in Bogota, Colombia, and I'm passionate about travel, self-discovery travel, and helping people meet each other, breaking stereotypes and connecting, like creating these human encounters in nature. most of it. I enjoy doing that through ecotourism.
Great. Thank you, Lorena. And Joanna?
I'm Joanna. I'm originally from the States. I live in Seville, Spain, and I'm passionate about employee well-being and travel, of course.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, my passion is also meet new people from different places and countries and cultures. So I'm very happy you are from different places. I think that is wonderful. And I love the coffee and write. So that I think that they are some of my passions. Why do you think that we start in this way, knowing a little each other and talking about our passions? Why do you think that is the idea behind this? Or what is the relation between our introductions and the topic that we are talking today, psychological safety and organizational happiness? Is it important or doesn't matter? What is your opinion about?
It's important. Sorry if I can just get in the conversation. I think that is we are going to talk about psychological safety. We have to know each other. It should be transparent, transparencia. So if we know each other, and not only by name, but something that maybe connect us because we share a passion, so it's a good beginning.
Great, thank you, Ivy. Someone else who have to give her or his input?
Talking about our passion is something that's should hopefully be something that's relatively safe for each of us to talk about and easy to talk about very quickly.
Great. And did you realize that you have some elements or topics in common? Just in a few seconds, you could realize that you have, I don't know, some passions. You like meet people. You like help out other people. And usually, when you talk in the organizations about the importance of the communication, of get feedback for your teams, one of the most frequently answer is, I don't have time. I have most important things to do. That doesn't matter, etc. However, we can see that in this case, in just, I don't know, 5 minutes, we discover some common passions. And when we talk about psychological safety, about organizational happiness, one of the most important or basic things is how can we connect with the people. Okay, so it's very important to forest this kind of conversation and spaces. So I think that is the main proposal of this exercise. Now, to introduce the conversation, I would like to share with you this video. We have two options. I will share my screen with the video, but if you prefer, there is a link in the number 1 in the green circle. If you click with your left button, you will see a link from YouTube, and you click there and you can see in your own machine, in your computer, the video. But anyway, I will share in the screen. If you see it in your own computer, please mute your microphone, okay? So please pay attention to this video and then we will talk about it.
Oh, just got here. I want to talk to you. You have a minute? Yeah. What are you about to? Oh, just got here actually. Just send it. Well, we could go a bit. Okay. Well, we'll meet then. I'm gonna need you to do something for me. That one mind? Yeah, you. Anything. She said, come on in. All right, good. Was that on? Yes. You're not gonna. Good. All right, thank you. You too. You process all the in-house accounts, right? I do. I need you to have some bonus checks for me. Bonus checks? What? Oh, that's great. We have not had them for 3 years. I heard we weren't getting them again. Yeah, it's not a company-wide bonus, though. It's only on the partner level.
Retention, not for us. The checks are being cut to the people on that list who are all partners, but the retention program is to keep the entire company healthy. but there's no money going to.
We survived a terrible, terrible moment in our history, and we retained 60% of the workforce.
Lost 40, though.
Those are pretty impressive numbers, so I think everybody should be happy about this.
Well, this is great news.
I don't understand the tone of your voice. You're acting like it's
No, it's just so exciting because we haven't had the bonuses for 3 years. Company's doing well. I thought maybe this was the day.
Just because Harry Cornish gets a bonus doesn't necessarily mean that Peterson, what's your first name, Peterson?
It's Sandy Patterson.
Is that rough?
The first name is, no, it's Sandy Koufax.
Oh, right.
Yeah. My dad was a big ball fan. Let me go cut these checks. You watch
It just sounded funny the way you said it. I'll leave that one alone. It's your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, though, what is it exactly that you do?
I manage the in-house accounts, sir.
So essentially, you do what the program that my wife uses called Quicken does.
Well,
you put numbers in boxes. You could train a baboon to do it if you had to. The fact of the matter is, the economy is changing. People like me are important. We bring the money in and pay people like you with it. You understand? You know what? I'm going to get you a copy of the Fountainhead. You're going to read it. You're going to understand why this is good for everybody. All right, let's do it today because I got to get on the plane because I got to go to Tahiti.
You're going to go to Tahiti today?
Yeah, I'm going today. Not private either. Commercial.
Sure.
We all have to take a haircut.
Private will be excessive.
All right.
Not you.
Okay. Comments. Why do you think we watch this video?
Hello.
Have you lived something similar in your jobs? Laura?
Hi. Let me think in English. Sorry, it's been a long week. But one of the things that for me was interesting when I heard the video was the moment in which this guy told the other one, "I'm the one that brings the money in to pay people like you." So it's like prioritizing his job that is more like from numbers or for the traditional or the core business. And not paying attention to the other guy that seems to be one that looks for the well-being for the organization, for something that is more uncountable, not the business as usual. So that perspective was one line that for me was impressive.
Yeah. Do you think that they, in this case, the employee were in a psychological safety environment? No? Why not?
I think that, well, I don't know much about psychological safety, but for me, that resounds to respect. And that's something that I haven't seen on the video. This guy seems not to respect the other person's job or role in the company.
Yeah, exactly. Arturo, would you like to add something?
When your boss don't know, when the boss don't know my name, it's terrible. But when the boss doesn't know what I do in his company, is the pathetical. Yeah. So there are two issues, important issues here. Know the functions of all the crew, and of course, who is the crew?
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Arturo. Who else would like to comment? Okay, well, if we go to the number 8, there is, if you ask what is the relation between agility, with psychological safety and organizational happiness, in this square, you can see that there is the Agile People Manifesto. If you are, I don't know if all of you are know about agility, but there exists a manifesto from agility from 2001 that it was created by people from IT world. Okay, most of them were engineers, and they created this manifesto. But in the last 5 years, was created this manifesto specifically for human resources. okay? And the Manifesto for Human Resources has some principles that are what these principles that you are watching right now. And into these principles are mentioned specifically psychological safety and organizational happiness, increased happiness and increased psychological safety, okay? And there are also other principles like accountability and commitment, empowerment, visualization, transparency, trust, know people deeply, etc., etc. Okay, but like you can see, psychological safety and happiness, they are specific principles also from agility. So that is the direct relation between these three concepts. Okay, so I would like, if we go to the number 9, I would like that you share what do you know until now, so far, what do you understand about psychological safety and about organizational happiness. It's not a test, so don't worry. I just want to know what do you feel it means, what have you read about, what has been your experience. So please feel free to put your opinions, your comment, your feedback about the psychological safety and organizational happiness. For the people who is first time using Mural, I will share my screen again. You just have to click twice with the left button, and there will appear stick notes, and you can write into them. Okay, that's all. If you have any question, please let me know and I can support you. So the idea is that you share what do you understand about psychological safety and organizational happiness, one post-it for each one. Okay, we will. Good failure culture, mutual respect, no judgment, acceptance, trust. The link from Europe. There is in the chat the link from Mural again. Okay, let's see. Psychological safety, having a sense of well-being, being able to cope in a general sense. Acceptance, no judgment, trust, feel secure because something cares me, mutual respect, others are interested in what and why is happening to me, to us, openness to share my ideas, respect to be how I am, feel listened to without prejudice. I don't know if I read it correctly, but organizational happiness, be able to be oneself, supporting an empathic culture, boundaries, feeling safe in the workplace, supported and feeling free to express my needs and ideas, a collaborative culture, a modern way to create productivity based in the collaborator well-being, internal coherence, be able to be oneself. Great. Yes. What can you observe? What can you see in the definitions that you are sharing in both topics, psychological safety and organizational happiness? Are they linked? Are very different one of it from the another? What do you think? What do you see?
They are interconnected.
Interconnected, right? Exactly. They are directly connected. So thank you for your feedback. If we check the number 10 baseline, we can see that they are directly connected, and it's a graphic baseline. It is a personal opinion, by the way. I think that for when you want to work with agility, or if you hope that your people, your employees are happy in your company, the baseline is the psychological safety. Because if you talk about experimentation, about learn from the failures, about collective intelligence, about empower people, etc., 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 the first condition is to create an environment of psychological safety. With a lot of the concepts that you share in the exercise, where people feel secure, where people know that they can express themselves without fear, etc. So when you achieve a good environment of psychological safety, there you can start to talk about agility and after about organizational happiness. So we can say that it is the start to become in an organizational happiness, okay, and in a happiness with that focus with your employees. Now, if you think that it's only romantic definitions, you are very wrong. And here are some numbers that I would like to share with you. These are numbers that I took from Harvard Business Review, Gallup, and Empresas Heroínas that they have collect from different aspects. And when you achieve an organization with healthy and happiness, you can increase innovation, sales, productivity, retention, and reduce another numbers. But the most important are these numbers. How can you create an environment with more innovation, for example, when you work with agility, when you work with experimentation, with short cycles of work, with constant feedback, talking periodically with your client, with the internal client, and with your external client, etc. The same with the sales. Some people talk about virtual cycle, where if you have happy your employees, they will deliver a better product. The process will be more efficient. You will have a much better attitude to in your relation with your clients. Your clients will be happier. They will buy more to your company, and so this will impact directly in your profit and all your KPIs from your company. So it's directly related: psychological safety, organizational happiness, and the result of the business, okay? So it is not just a good intention and just for, oh, it's very great that people are all smiling all day. No, it's directly connected with the business. So that is very important to understand that, that the importance for the organization. So like I told you in the beginning of the conversation, sometimes these kind of terms, people have some misunderstanding, especially psychological safety. Why? Because of the reason that we can check here in the point 12, where we are talking about what is not psychological safety, okay? Psychological safety is, like we're talking, is created to get people happier and best results for the business. both objectives. So psychological safety doesn't mean immunity, doesn't mean niceness. You have to be always happy and smiling, and we are all friends. No, it's not about that. It's not that too much dependency. It's not when your boss, for example, they try to protect you all time, and he take or she take your responsibilities and protect you if you have some issues, some problems. So you don't empower to your team, and on the contrary, you create an environment of too much dependency between the team and the boss or the leader. Okay. It doesn't mean also that you have to consensus all your decisions, because obviously in the organization and different spaces, and sometimes are more critical issues, strategies, etc., that obviously make the decision a more reduced group into the organization. And if you have the intention to be 100% democratic and all people, all your team participate in all the decisions, you will be so far to be agile. Yeah, so you have to take care about that. It's not an earned autonomy, and it has direct relation with the maturity of the teams. If you want to, for example, empower people, let people make decisions, self-organization, etc., it is not for free. First, you have to show that you have the maturity, you are responsible, you are accountable about your work, and then you can create a better environment of psychological safety, and people have more autonomy to work in the organization, okay? And rhetorical resonance, it means when people just talk about the great that is psychological safety, but at the end of the day, they are very rude or unrespectful with their colleagues or their teams, okay? So that all those things, they are not psychological safety. So what is psychological safety? What should we understand about it? There are two definitions. There are two authors that they have been for years working about psychological safety. Amy Edmondson from Harvard University and Timothy Clark. He has his own institute, and there are some definitions for each one. Okay. In the case of Emma Edmondson, is related with some of the comments that you did before in the exercise. For example, she says, believe that one will not be punished or humiliated for speaking up with ideas, questions, concerns, or mistakes, and that the team is safe for interpersonal risk-taking. Okay. In the case of Timothy Clark, he talked about common, first to get the the awareness about the common humanity, respecting others, and then working together for meaningful goals, common and meaningful goals, okay? So there are two definitions about psychological safety, and also there is stages how you can move forward to achieve an environment of psychological safety. It is in the point 14. And if you see it, you can realize that you have to follow this order. If I ask you, for example, when you are new in an organization and you are in your first week, your first month in the new organization, what is your most important concern in your first weeks? What do you think?
Belonging.
Belonging, exactly. Because first, probably you are the strange in the organization, the strange in your group, in your team. So your most important concern It's obvious to know where are all the places, how work the systems, etc. But your first concern is how can you feel included in your team, at least in your main team, okay? And while you don't achieve that, it's very hard that you can advance in the next steps, okay? So that is the first challenge. The second one is learner safety, okay? It means that you feel freedom to admit that you don't know something. I need training in this topic because I am expert specialist in this work, but I need support in this specific issue. Okay, when you feel free to speak up about these topics, you are in the second stage. After that, you, for example, in a meeting, sorry, you feel free to be a contributor. Okay, to share your ideas, to propose new things, but with some respect. You still are a little careful and you follow the structure, but at least you share what are your thoughts, your ideas, your proposal. And in the last level or stage, you can challenge the status quo respectfully, obviously, but you feel total confident to be yourself, to challenge the structure, to share new ideas, to say, I'm not sure if that is the best decision because according to my experience, I did a similar project in another organization and we lesson learned were these topics, so I propose, etc., etc. And in the case, for example, of Amy Edmondson, he has different conferences, and in one of them, she shared different examples about medical situations where, for example, a nurse, she was very scared about share her opinion to a doctor, and the consequence was that a patient had more problems, more health problems. So depends of the context, we can have some scaring results. So that is so important. That's why it's so important the psychological safety. We are in 1 minute. Do I have 5 more minutes? Can I extend a little the conference, my friend?
We can. If others can actually spare 5 minutes, that would be wonderful. Definitely we can.
Thank you. Okay. Here is the definition of organizational happiness. Okay. And I think that the most important in this case is that it's a co-responsibility between company and worker. If you are not willing to be happy, it can sound very strange, but sometimes people have some way to understand the world or to create relationships, no being happy necessarily. They have a different, I don't know, approach, different kind to live their lives. And our idea is not to criticize to anyone, but for some people it's more natural work for the happiness or be more positive person, etc. So it depends not just for the organization, it depends also on the people, okay? So what is the responsibility from the organization? Give you all the support, the tools, the spaces, let you feel comfortable, etc. Okay, but it always depends from the two parts. And if we check some key factors for the organization, from the organization perspective, there are some key factors. Leaders capable of inspiring security and trust and not giving simple instructions. Internal communication also is very important. Internal communication, not just the formal or official channels, also the communication between colleagues, between leaders with their teams, vertical and horizontal communication, etc. Okay, strong emotional education and assertiveness when giving and receiving critical feedback. Okay, are some research that demonstrate that the positive feedback is much more productive than the negative feedback in terms of performance. And let people take some trainings and development opportunities to develop themselves and the spaces of creativity. Okay. There is an example of psychological safety that I don't know if you have heard about that. It's an research which conducted Google in 2012. It was a project called Aristotle. And the question was, what are the most important reasons or factors in the teams which have the best high performance? And they were around 1.5 years conducting this research, and it was the most important conclusions. And the first one was psychological safety. The team members feel safe to take a risk and be vulnerable in front of each others. Okay, it was the most important factor in the case of Google. The other ones were dependability, structure and clarity, meaning or meaningful, and impact, that people can realize that they are impacting to their work or society and other things. Okay. And to finish, I would like to share another video, but in this case, I ask you that you watch it with all your sense, because I think that is summarized very well what we have talked today, and it's a very interesting video. So the same, you can link the number one, but anyway, I will share this in my screen.
It's easy to put people in boxes. There's us, and there's them. The high earners, and those just getting by. Those we trust, and those we try to avoid. There's the new Danes, and those who've always been here. The people from the countryside, and those who've never seen a cow. The religious, and the self-confident. There are those we share something with, and those we don't share anything with.
Velkommen. Jeg kommer til at stille jer nogle spørgsmål i dag. Nogle af dem kan godt være lidt personlige, men jeg håber, I vil svare ærligt på dem. Hvem herinde i rummet var klassens klovn? Hvem er bonusforældre?
And then suddenly, there's us. We who believe in life after death. We who've seen UFOs. And all of us who love to dance. We who've been bullied. And we who've bullied others. And then there's us, the lucky ones who've had sex this past week. We who are broken-hearted. We who are madly in love. We who feel lonely. We who are bisexual. and we who acknowledge the courage of others. We who have found the meaning of life, and we who have saved lives. And then there's all of us who just love Denmark. So maybe there's more that brings us together than we think. TV2 Denmark. All.
Con eso quería concluir, así que muchísimas gracias. Espero que les haya servido este último video para reflexionar un poco y haber resumido lo que compartimos hablamos hoy. Sorry, I was talking in Spanish. I was focusing on the video, so sorry. No, thank you so much. It was the idea to finish this conference. I last video to reflect, so summarize what we talked today. So thank you so much to each one of you to join this conference.